Got the worst luck with helicopters. Seems every time I move there's a helicopter. Whatever. Here's what it is. So I'm going to try to take a few minutes out of my time here as I prepare to do my final push up north last time, I think. And get a couple of emails out to you guys. Just had to come and tend to the horses. Do a bunch of other stuff. We actually just got my laundry done from that last northern bush plane trip. Just got the laundry done on my backpack unpacked yesterday. How crazy is that? Boats winterized out of the water. It was a long haul to get that done. 7 hours one way just to get there. Took one day out to have fun, filmed a bunch of salmon and stuff. Saw where all the big Chinook salmon are going to go in a spawn. And I've had some very interesting emails sent in to me, obviously. And I'm going to share what I can do right now. No charge cable. Story of my life, right? Whatever. Now that camera, my DSLR, it's crapping out. The on-off switch is broken. That sucks. I have to leave literally one day. Can't bring that one. I'll have to get Sarah to drop that off Vancouver to get it fixed, I guess. But I've got so much that I want to share with everybody. It's ridiculous. I got some hunting videos, new hunt stories and videos I got to put together and share. For all you hunt freaks, some real cool stuff. Some good stories. Fresh ones. But let me get on with this right now, alright? Let me read some of these emails to you guys. Oh, sorry. This is that mask. I spied this mask in Port Alberni, I think maybe a month ago. And it's funny, you should have seen the look on Sarah's face when I said, I'm buying that. Because I knew, I'm familiar with the native coastal art and what that depicts. I'm sure most of you are too. It doesn't take too much to guess. So, I bought it. And thought I'd share it with you guys. I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's that for that. No, I don't know who the artist is. It was a random purchase in a random place. We stopped for lunch to get some lunch beside a pawn store downtown Port Alberni. There's a bunch of native art in there, and this thing was standing right out and stopped with this pillar. And I went in there and grabbed it. That's all I know about it so far. Maybe somebody else will know something more about it after watching the video. But I've got a few here. Listen to this, all right? And a lot now. I'm going to start to purposely omit locations of these emails sent to me and names of a few certain emails. You'll hopefully understand why. And that's all I got to say about that for now, okay? Now, listen to this. This is amazing. I'll probably be hooking up with this guy eventually while I hook up some other friends of mine in the same neighborhood. Listen to this. Okay, I'm not the best at putting words together, so I apologize ahead of time. Hello, Steve. Appreciate everything you've been doing for us. You're a solid man. We need more people like you, period. And thanks for those kind words. And I'm certain you are, and many people out there watching these videos and listening to these emails, you're cut from the same loaf. I'm not alone. Trust me. Okay? Thanks again for the kind words. Okay, so here we go. It all started when I was 8 years old, living up in blank, British Columbia. I met a hairy friend while I would play in the thick forest up in the mountains. Don't think I really thought much of him, not having clothes on, at least not at the time. I'd always spend most of my time running around the mountainsides, making forts, and just doing what kids do. One day my mom and dad asked me where I go all the time, and I just said I was playing with my hairy friend from down the trailer park. Like I said, I would always be outside playing with him. From time to time his parents would come and let him know it's time for him to head back. His mom would let out a kind of a scream for him. Every time I heard that sound, we both knew it was time for him to head home. You see, my parents knew I loved catching things, little snakes and frogs, etc. They knew I loved spending all my time in the bushes. My parents both met in the army, and they're a bit old school, so I got away with spending a lot of extra time out in the bush. This is where it started to really trip me out, okay? I always knew my friend and I would communicate as if we were talking, but I came to realize we never used our mouths to talk. I came to realize we were using our minds. He would project thoughts, images of words. After playing with my friend over summer, he told me that his family can't stay in the same area for too long because bad people try to hunt them. So they move locations often. Man, I tell you, I was so sad at that time. I'll never forget that ever. Days later, I went to visit him, as he was basically telling me to come visit one last time before he leaves. I head back up the side of the mountain to our hangout spot as he was sitting on a stump waiting for me. We said our goodbyes, and as we did, his family came out there from the trees to acknowledge me and say bye. This was very hard on me at that age. I took it as losing my best friend. I remember being so bummed out for months. Years passed and our family moves down from the mountains to blank, where we lived very close to a river and mountainside. I'd go to the river most days, many of those times just hoping he'd come out and say hi. He never did till one day shortly after I hit my 15th birthday. I was biking down by the trails of the river and I felt him, finally. He called me over, so I followed his voice till bam, there he was, almost 7 years later. And man, I tell you, he grew. He was probably around 9 foot plus tall. Man, oh man, he was freaking huge. He looked so happy to see me, man. He just had the biggest grin. He told me that the forest will always protect me, and that I'll always be his family. See, he made my energy strong. Every time I was around him, he would make me feel so warm and almost like he was healing me. When he's around, he heals, I swear. Put it this way, Steve, I'm 37 now, and I still communicate with him to this day. I gift them, and they gift me. I live by that blank river, and I'm telling you, they have homes all over. They still to this day visit our home, considering we live a 15-minute walk from the river. They have clearly let me know that they are not the only ones out there, and that there are other beings that can be very cruel and evil. So I'm saying this to people out there trying to look for these beings. You better be careful, because the hairy man ain't the only thing out there. I think I've been saying that to all you for a while now, right? Take note. The thing that really grinds my gears is how the government won't just tell us the damn truth already. I'm a family man and I have a baby girl on the way due in a few weeks. It's very hard being a father and loving the outdoors, knowing what's really out there. I mean, I want to take my kids out more, but I probably don't as much lately because of some of the things I've seen and know. I really wish more parents knew the truth. I wish everyone wasn't just lied to constantly, or the government just constantly wants to hide or cover it all up. I'm tired of the bullshit. I know of people who have had these men in black asshats trying to take everything away from them just for what they know. Probably another reason I've kept my mouth shut. I know this sounds crazy, and that's probably again another reason I kept this to myself most of my life. You know, this really helps a lot talking about this with others. It means the world to me knowing my family is behind me 100% on this, and that's all that really matters. Obviously I could go on because there's so much more I could say, but yeah, thanks again, Steve. You're seriously rock. Focus on that energy. If you end up reading this out, maybe I'll send more. Peace, blank, blank. And thanks again, man. You got that email from me. And I already told you I was going to leave out your name and locations for obvious reasons. And like I've said in the past couple emails, especially when I'm up on the mountain, you got to admit, when I'm really tired and exhausted, I'm in the middle of nowhere, I just let her rip with the flapping of the lips, I'll tell you what. And speak my mind even more than I normally do. It's just the way it is. And you will soon hopefully share the exact same frustrations that I share when it comes to this topic. Because enough is enough. The handful of people that I do remain in strict contact with, they're not online and they don't have channels. Well, maybe a couple of them might have channels. Yeah, a couple of them have channels. But for the most part, the most intelligent people I know when it comes to this topic, you don't know who they are. You might know a couple of them are, but for the most part, the majority of them, you don't know who they are. They don't seek attention. They are 100% not a member of any so-called communities. Once you start figuring shit out and getting solidly informed by solid people, it's just what you... Sadly, sometimes I let myself go. Somebody will forward me something, I'll watch it for a little bit, and it'll just frustrate the shit out of me, seeing so many people mimicking each other when it comes to this topic and saying the same things and doing the same things and completely missing the boat. I haven't a clue how. I haven't a clue how so many people can miss the boat so cleanly when it's just tied up right there in front of them, ready for them to jump on board. It's bizarre. I guess that's why I'm hearing all you hear, right? But there is a whole pile more coming. I have been informed, I don't know how many times now. The fact is that these beings are being systematically killed, sought after and killed. All right, and I'm going to find out who. I'm very, very close to finding out who. And as soon as we find out exactly solid who is doing this, that's going to clear up a lot. It's going to clear up a lot in a very short time. And it's going to help the big picture, which I'm curious about, become more clear. Not all you're going to be able to wrap your head around what I'm saying, that's for sure. That's for certain. Especially all you unfortunate ones who stare at the screen demanding proof, pictures and video, while you just sit there. Is what it is. But there is plenty more coming. And I'm not scared of shit. I don't have 1 ounce of hesitation in me. I don't have 1 ounce of anxiety in me. And I have made every single decision in my life follow my guts. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be here talking to this camera right now on this topic, right? So everything I am doing right now, I'm supposed to be doing. I'm 100% confident with that. I think I might have mentioned earlier, this topic does not, my life doesn't revolve around this topic. If you actually look and do the math on the minutes of all the videos I do per month and add them up, I don't spend too much time. Okay, I might be 4 hours, 5 hours a month tops doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, and I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails I haven't opened up. I have time to. I have a pile of life on my plate. I think I've got this frustrating tick in my soul that makes me want to bite off a piece of every slice of life I can find and do it and experience it and get good at it. And this is only what I do here with you with this topic is a very small part of it. But what goes on in the real world goes on all around me all the time. As you can see through my videos, I am in the middle of nowhere. I shouldn't say the middle of nowhere. I'm in the real world far more than I'm not. And basically 100% of the places I do go, remote and local in mountains, is where these things are going on with these beings and with human beings. So, you know, I love when you hear about people, we're going to go on an expedition. It's like, oh, are you? I think I do about 7 expeditions a week year-round anyway. Basically, when it boils down to it, right? But I don't go seeking these beings out intentionally. I just don't. I don't give off that impression. I don't give off that energy. I don't seek them out intentionally. I'm not even curious to exactly where they are, to be honest. I know where they are. I know where there is a handful of them, 100%. And I'm not about that. I'm about why. I want to know who and why these important details in life are kept away from us. I want to help those people whose worlds have been turned upside down due to witnessing these beings and having the living shit scared out of them because they weren't prepared in any way to accept what they're looking at, experiencing. It's a very, very, very intimidating thing for your average human being to confront and deal with, because we have been given basically the opposite of what would be called tools to help us deal with this shit. All right, and I'm angry. I'm very, very angry at all of the lives I'm reading about who have had negative impacts on them because of not being able to deal with this. I know the people who are in control, the people who take half of our money nonstop, they are 100% to blame. 110%, or whoever it is they answer to is the blame. All right. Anyway, before I get babbled on too much, I'm going to check this camera one more time, make sure it's still ripping, and I'm going to read another email, and it's about to start pissing rain again. It hasn't stopped since I've been home. And we're going to carry on with this ride together.